Alright guys, so today it's gonna be the episode number 2 of me driving on my own around most of the important zones for the test around Leeds, which includes Leeds, Fernville / Hare Hills, and of course Horsforth as well. So I'm in front of Horsforth Test Centre, and today I'm gonna work on few of the test zones in which you could be driving around if you have a test coming up here. So today I'm gonna drive mostly around the big roads. I would be covering some dual carriageways with national speed limit, some with 40 miles per hour. I would work on a bit on the lane changings and big roundabouts in our way. And then we're gonna do a bit of country roads as well, because it's very common for you to end up on a country road if you're doing the driving tests around Horsforth. And I will be commenting on everything important, whatever I see around me driving. So I'm in front of the test center. Normally when you start your driving test, you're not going to be parked around here because this is just for staff. You would be normally on the top on the main road, but when you finish your driving test, sometime they might bring you down here, but mostly it's going to be just on the main road as well. So I'm going to move. I know there's no one around me, but I still want to check around because I can't see much stuff. I'm not going to indicate because there's literally no one in front of me. Now I got a steep hill to climb, and it's not a one way, so I'm gonna drive my best on the left side, but as long as it's safe to do so, I can stay slightly more on the right side, but there's literally no reason. It's wide enough for me to be on the left side. And at the next junction I'm gonna be turning left. Let me stop quickly so I can do a quick hill start. But so many times we normally stall or we roll back on a hill because we get a bit too panic and we rush and moving off, which we have to completely avoid. So I'm gonna move without the handbrake. So I'm gonna have to find the biting point. Now I can feel my car revving, but the hill is too steep. If I leave my brake, I'm gonna probably roll back. So that means it was not enough biting point, because your biting point, amount of the biting point depend on the steepness of the hill basically. So this is a bit too steep. I'm gonna find a bit too much. And as soon as I can feel my car revving, I'm gonna leave my brake pedal and I'm gonna press my gas smoothly. And I still, there you go. It was a bit jumpy. Why? Because I left my clutch a bit too quick, because it's a hill, so I need to hold my clutch or leave my clutch a bit more slow after I have found the biting point. I'm gonna roll back for a second. I'm gonna check around before. So I'm gonna find the biting point again, and I'm gonna leave my brake and a small tap on the gas, but still holding the clutch a bit around the biting point. That's it. And like I told you, like I said, I would be turning left. Now my right side is perfectly visible to me, but I got literally no visibility about the left side. So instead of me just laying back, I'm gonna lean myself so I can see more onto the road. I still got no visibility, but at this point a bit of my bonnet has already swung over the line, so I need to be more careful. I'm gonna edge a bit more out because there's no one coming from ahead from the right side, and it's a bit too sharp, so I might have to take care of people coming from the left side, because there's a possibility that my bonnet of the car might swing over a bit to the central line. So instead of just rushing, I'm gonna wait for both sides to be clear. And of course it's a crossroads, so I need to expect someone to come from ahead as well, and I think I'm good to go. You see, to avoid the curb, I've almost touched the central line, and at this point these people could have been overtaking those people parked on the left side, so I could have gone very close to them. So this is a test center road and this is a 30 zone, but most of the time it's just so busy that we might not be able to hit 30 miles per hour. I'm doing around 22 miles per hour because of less visibility, and because I know there's a junction coming up. Despite having me priority, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. Zebra crossing seems to be clear from both sides, so I'm not much worried about, but I'm still gonna have to check my top mirrors just in case if someone just starts running towards it. Got a roundabout coming up, gonna go straight into the second exit. With the mirrors, I'm gonna drop my gear. Of course, I'm not gonna indicate because I'm supposed to go straight, and the left lane is the one indicating to go straight. I cannot go because the car from the right side has set off. Now all of these people seem to be coming towards me because they've got no signal on, but that BMW got no signal on as well, so he must be going there. So I'm about to take my gap, and I'm gonna check my mirrors before, and on the island I'm gonna put the signal, on the divider. I am still in a 30 zone. I got a mini roundabout coming up. I can see everything ahead, I can see everything on the left side, but the main check is literally not visible. So with the top mirrors, I'm gonna clutch down in case, and there's a car coming up, so of course they go first. Like about now, I got a perfect visibility. Just because the wall is blocking the view, so I had to slow down a bit too much. Now at this mini roundabout, you will see something different. At this mini, I'm turning left, so mirror signal. And this time I can see way too much, way better than the last one. So I'm not gonna slow down a bit too much, and I'm gonna take a decision to go. I'm still around 10 to 12 miles per hour. So still in a 30 zone. Doesn't seem to be safe for me to do 30 miles per hour. I'm gonna keep myself in a second gear. Got a cyclist ahead, and I would try my best to not overtake him on the bend, because of course I can't see anything at all. And it's a very steep hill, so he's gonna struggle a lot. So I'm gonna keep it a bit too much behind him, and I still can't overtake because I got literally no visibility. So I'm not gonna go very close. I'm literally on first gear. I'm doing about 5 miles per hour. Now people might think why I'm going too slow, the one behind, but I think he can see now the reason I'm going slow. So I need to be more slow, and here instead of braking, I'm using more clutch to slow down. I'm pressing the clutch down and then clutch up with the gas, and then clutch down again and clutch up with the gas instead of braking, because the car might stall. And now I've got the visibility. I'm gonna put the signal, even though it was not really needed, but because of the car behind, I was like, okay, I'll provide him enough. Okay, the cyclist was visible back in my left mirrors, and I moved back. So it's a 30 zone. I'm not gonna do 30 miles per hour. I'm doing around 21 miles per hour now. I can see a traffic calming, and luckily there's no one ahead of me. I'm gonna check my right mirrors, move a bit over. I have entered a 20 zone from out of nowhere, so I'm gonna go back in second gear. It's a school on the left side. I think that's the reason. Of course, that's the reason it's gone into 20 miles per hour. I'm doing about 20 bang on. Zebra crossing is coming up. I can see the left side, but the right side is now visible, and there's no one. I'm doing still 19 miles per hour. I'm gonna leave my gas pedal just to let it go smoothly from the bump, and that's it. This road could be quite busy around the school weekdays and stuff. There's nothing on the right, so I'm gonna tackle the right speed bump, and with the help of mirrors, I still couldn't tackle it properly. Okay, so it's going into 30 zone. So I'm gonna still keep myself below 20, because even 21 could be considered as a fault. And before I speed up, I wanna decide if I wanna speed up really or not. And then I'm gonna check my mirrors, so in case someone was overtaking me, because I was driving slow and I'm about to speed up quickly, so someone could have taken the decision to overtake me earlier. And still, I'm not doing 30. Like, I don't feel safe here. I got a mini roundabout coming up. I can see we cannot go straight from the mini. That means I must have 2 exits. Zebra crossing is clear. I'm gonna turn left, so mirror signals, dropping the gear, keeping my clutch down, because I'm almost there. I can see the left side, but that's not really important for me. The right side is more important, and there's a car coming without a signal, hence he's going straight, crossing my path. And I'm gonna edge forward a bit, and I'm gonna take a decision to go. Unexpected pedestrian crossing, which could be red sometime, and for a learner, because they would have just gone out from the roundabout, this might still be somewhere else, and they might not spot the pedestrian crossing, so watch for those stuff. Now it's a 30 zone. I'm doing about 26 miles per hour because I feel it's a bit safer this time. I can see through my road all the way till the next bend, and there's no hazard, which is making me slow down a bit too much. This car, of course, I'm gonna overtake with the mirrors. Not gonna go too wide because the road is already very wide. I'm not gonna go over the central line or something. The bend coming up, I'm easing off my gas pedal and covering my brakes in case. I can see now, but there's no need to press the gas for me. I'm doing 22 miles per hour. I have checked my top mirrors, and I'm about to stop in the traffic. And I can see a bit of build-up traffic, so I would try my best to not block any driver in my way. So I can see traffic lights from here, and we are allowed to go left and right both. I'm gonna turn right from here. Just double check my left mirrors in case there would have been a cyclist or anything. So my light seems to be green, and my traffic lights are red, so I'm not gonna go, of course. So I'm gonna try my best to slightly edge over the hatch marking in case these people don't get blocked, but I think it's not wide enough for them to squeeze through it. And I have done a bit, I'm gone a bit over the hatch marking. It's because it had the broken line, not the white solid line. Okay, the lights are turning. I can see a physical barrier. That means I need to expect a dual carriageway. I'm gonna speed up slightly more, gonna check no matter what. Gonna go through the central reservation kind of thing. The arrows are telling me what to do, and of course the priority is the lane number 1. the central line has turned into a hazard line. That means I need to expect something to come up, which might make my speed slow down. Oh, it's gone back into central line. Okay, that means there's nothing coming up. Alright, now I can see the roundabout coming up, and I'm going straight towards Weatherby. It's turning into the hazard line, so I'm gonna start planning from the hazard line. I'm gonna go into the second gear already, and I'm gonna bring my clutch up slightly because I'm a bit further ahead from the roundabout, and I'm gonna press my clutch again. The left lane only goes left, and to go straight I have two choices. I've chose the best lane, by the way. Roundabout is quite big. This is the Loneswood roundabout, and just after Loneswood roundabout I got the national speed limit. Keep in mind, if you're doing the driving test around Horsforth, this Loneswood roundabout, from every exit, the left lanes only go left, and I'm taking my gap. I'm gonna go into second gear, top and left mirrors, left signal. Even if I wouldn't have signal here, it was fine because this only lane goes straight. National speed limit on a dual carriageway is 70 miles per hour. I'm gonna pick a lot of speed with a third and straight away into the fifth gear. Now I'm doing about 50 miles per hour. I can see a few vehicles on my right lane, and I can see the black Clio in front of me, and I'm keeping a distance. I'm keeping fine, I would say. And I can see two warnings coming up, one for the sharp bend and one for the traffic lights. And because of the sharp bend, I might not be able to see what's the vibe over there. I'm seeing the people braking, so I'm braking with them just in case. Alright, there you go. And that's the reason the traffic lights were red. Now I'm not sure how long the traffic lights have gone red, so I'm going to go into second gear. In case the traffic lights turn green, I would be in an appropriate gear with an appropriate speed, and I would be ready to go. But I think they're not going to change at all. And of course the tires and tarmac gap. Gonna go into neutral, handbrake on, which is again your own choice. If you want to keep it ready, it's fine. If you're not gonna keep it ready and you want to chill a bit, it's fine as well. Both options are fine. But make sure if you have secured the car, then do not take too long to set off because it's a main road. I got a good amount of vehicles on the right side. If someone is going quite slow in front of me, I might not be able to overtake them. That blue car, which is okay. Yeah, I got literally a car in my blind spot mirror. That means if I move over, that's gonna be a crash right away. Again, hazard line has been given. That means I have to keep my speed. I have to worry about my speed because it's a bend coming up, and now it's gone back into the central line. That means I'm gonna speed up more. I'm doing about 60 miles per hour, which is 10 miles less than the national speed limit. I can't do it because I got the Volvo in front of me. Now I can overtake probably. I got a room on the right side, but the problem is there's no point because the Porsche is going like slower than the vehicle on the left side. So I think I would be just stuck on the right lane for no reason. It's a better option for me to stay here. So again, it's the national speed limit, so we will do whatever it's safe to do depending on the 2-second rule as well. Again, got a very important warning for me. I'm gonna check my top mirrors. I got the Volvo behind me who's not traveling a bit too far from me, but this is the reason I'm gonna start braking a bit early so he can keep himself a bit back from me instead of me braking at the last. Again, the traffic lights are red. And I'm a bit far from the traffic. Okay, no, they have changed green. I was about to secure the car, but not really. And the speed on this road is so high that if you are a driver who drives with one hand, of course it's nothing wrong to drive with one hand, but I would recommend always drive with both hands at most of the time or every time, but especially on the high speeds because the chance of losing the control is a bit higher. Again, I could overtake, but I'm not gonna do it because the van is full, so I'm gonna overtake now. And I'm not going to change the gear about till now because I'm in the process of building the speed up. So I should build the speed up with the lower gears, which gives the car a bit more power. From the roundabout, I'm going straight into the second exit. Now the best option for me is to move back, but unfortunately I can't do it. But I don't need to worry about it because it's a dual carriageway and I need to expect the right lane to go straight. Now the priority should be the left lane, but again I was doing something and I didn't have a chance to move back. So that means I should have thought about before overtaking. Should I overtake because there's a roundabout coming? But again, a normal person might not know there's a roundabout coming up. So I'm going into a 40 zone. The lane goes straight and the lane goes right. So I'm going straight. I'm not the only one to go straight. These people are going straight as well. So when I reach the middle of the roundabout and I want to tell people with the indicator that I'm going out from the roundabout. I'm not going to move to the outer side of the roundabout into the left lane. I will have to exit on the right lane. This could be a bit of a busy roundabout as well. It's decently tricky for learners. So I can see loads of vehicles coming from there, which means I cannot go, but I got the blockers as well. But the blocker has to be on the outer side for me to go. Like that blocker is in the inner side, I'm not sure about him. Okay, that car has moved off. I'm not gonna go. That car is inside as well, not gonna go. I got my brakes down, I got my clutch down, clutch up to the biting point now. I got the room, just double checking my left side, and I'm gonna go to the extreme inner side of the roundabout. Speed up a bit more into second gear, top and left mirrors, left signal, but I'm gonna keep it still on extreme right till I exit the roundabout. And I'm gonna speed up now. Now I'm gonna try my best to move back. I got my signal on, there's a yellow car on my left side, but he's a bit too far, and I'm fine to move back. I'm doing about 40 miles per hour, and I think it's not best option for me. I should keep a bit below 40. Traffic lights have been green for a long time. I have checked my top mirrors, but I don't see they would change because it's a pedestrian crossing, and there's literally no one over there. My speed has dropped a bit too much, and I'm recovering it back to about 39 miles per hour. I need to plan ahead. I'm looking until I can see as far as I can. I have spotted a few warning signs on the right side, and I'm thinking that I don't need to slow down. Okay, main thing coming up, a roundabout. So from the roundabout, I'm turning right to the city center. I'm gonna check my mirrors, put the right signals, and I'm about to move to the right lane. I'm gonna keep my right signal on, just because the roundabout is bang on there, and it's controlled by the traffic lights. So that means it's gonna be a bit easier for me, because I know I don't need to make a decision to know if I'm supposed to enter the roundabout or not. Really, got the green lights, and I'll just go. And of course, I'm on a dual carriageway. Okay, before that, it's a controlled roundabout. That means I need to expect traffic lights to be before every exit. So by the I'm like the fifth car, I think, in the queue, or the fourth car. So by the time I reach my second exit, the traffic lights could have gone red again. So I need to worry about that as well. So I'm gonna turn right into exit number 3. I'm on a dual carriageway. I got 2 lanes entering the roundabout. That means I should expect 2 lanes to exit the roundabout as well. So when I would be leaving my roundabout after the exit number 2, I'm gonna try my best to move to the left side, even though I got 2 options. Either would be good, but left lane would be the priority, and the most inner side is taking me right. Those 2 lanes are going straight, and now I got 2 options. I could exit on the right, or I could exit on the left, but I'm gonna exit on the left. And now the arrow says we can only go straight, so instead of putting left signal, I'm just gonna turn off the signals. And the road marking over there is telling me I'm gonna have 2 lanes. One, the left one, city center Motown, and the right goes towards Meanwood, Headingley, and city center as well. Because both are going in the city center, I'm gonna choose my left lane. Now this is a very sharp bend, and it's very common for loads of drivers that this wave over the central line without noticing, and it could be dangerous. So I'm keeping myself extreme towards the curb, so I don't take the right side of my car over the central line. I'm about to enter a dual carriageway again. I can see a cycle lane, so I need to worry about cycle lane as well. And I can see about 2 to 4 vehicles parked on the left side. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I plan early that if I would be able to move to the right lane. At the moment, the right lane seems empty. So instead of going straight away now, I'm gonna build a bit of the speed, get a bit up out of the junction, and then I'm gonna start moving to the right lane. And by the time I would be moving to the right lane, if there would be someone on the right side, I would decide not to overtake, but just stop behind the red car. I'm gonna check my mirrors and signals. Tesla's coming up, but I have overtaken. Now I'm not gonna move back till I got empty room on the left side, but I can see vehicles after every short gap, so there's no point for me to move in and then move out, and move in and move out. So I'm just gonna keep it here. So camera coming up, I'm doing about 38 miles per hour, and I think that seems to be a parked vehicle, but after the parked vehicle there's nothing I can see. So I'm gonna start moving towards the left side. Okay, I can see a parked vehicle with the boot open, so it's gonna be a mess for me now. But again, early planning can save me. So, okay, I got a massive queue on the right side, and I'm not sure how far the parked vehicle was, but okay, I can see it. So I'm gonna put the right signal and wait for someone to give me way, or just stop the car. Okay, he's not speeding up, so I'm gonna move out. If he was speeding up the same as me, then I would just stop the car on the main dual carriageway instead of squeezing through both lanes. At the roundabout, I'm turning right into third exit, so I'm not gonna go back, and the sign is here. So I'm gonna check my mirrors and signal already. I'm going into around 20 miles per hour now, dropping my gear in the second, and I'm keeping my clutch down because I'm not too far from the Tesla here. The road is big, but the size of the roundabout is too small in my opinion. So that means when I would be going all the way right, I need to expect that I might swerve over to the left side, which is extremely dangerous again. Okay, so I'm in a first gear. I can have the visibility, and that Audi is without signal on the outer side, and I'm about to make my go. Second gear, I'm keeping it very slow. I'm keeping around 12 miles per hour, just like too narrow, I would say. And I'm gonna mirrors early, signal now, edge a bit towards the curb on the left side, and I'm entering a 30 zone. You see, I'm not skipping the speed signs. I'm worrying about the speed signs because most of the roads might be unfamiliar to me. 30 seems good here, I would say. I got decent visibility. I got all the reasons to be doing around 30 miles per hour. Now there's a junction coming up, and so it's a junction which you can go left towards, and you can go straight through the central reservation. So I'm going straight basically. Now if you put the right signal here, it's not a problem, but you can only go straight, so you can go without a signal as well. And this is very tricky because we never know if those people are going to left there or coming left here. So it could be a bit of a mess because the layout of it's not people basically, it's just a layout of the roundabout. So I've waited for him to enter that place, and now I'm in the middle. There's no need to stop because the car is far away. I'm turning left into first exit. Loads of people are in the inner side, so I'm not gonna go, but they are going out. So I'm following the curb, signaling again. I got the warning for the pedestrian crossing, so I need to start planning for the pedestrian crossing now. Now from this roundabout coming up, I'm going straight into the second exit. Now my brain is saying, because I'm going straight, I need to be on the left side because that's how mostly it works. But after the sign of the roundabout, you'll see the sign for the lanes. It says the left only goes left. So I'm gonna check my mirrors and move a bit to the inner side towards the right side, so I can be in the inner side of the roundabout. I am going in second gear, and I'm gonna make my move. No. Okay, I'm gonna make my move soon because that car, he's in the inner side, and she's not indicating. So no, that car coming as a blocker is on the outer side. So if the lorry and the car was not there, I could have made the car move, but I'm not gonna go. So the amount of vehicles coming from the right, there's literally no chance I'm gonna go. I need a blocker from there, but that blocker should not be that Audi because he's coming with the right signal. He's coming towards me, so he's blocking them, but he's coming towards me. I need a blocker to be on the outer side, so they only block them and don't come towards me, such as this one. And I'm doing the roundabout from the inner side, so that means I'm gonna check my mirror signal. And now, oh, he shouldn't have done it. Okay, now 30 zones again. Pedestrian crossing there. No, it's not a pedestrian crossing, sorry. It's for the junction. And I'm gonna do that weird long roundabout coming up on King Lane where we got the car park on the right side as well. So I'm gonna go into the car park. I'm gonna do a quick maneuver, and after the maneuver I'm gonna go towards the country road. So I'm gonna show you how to do this perfectly. It's not too difficult, it's just a bit tricky because it's like a weird shape roundabout. So from the roundabout, I'm turning right into exit number 3. Warning sign here, so mirror signals, of course 20 below, into second gear. And there's no one coming from there, but those people are coming and they are not indicating, they're going over there. And I'm about to make my car move inner side of the roundabout, even if there was no lane. First exit is gone. I cannot see my exit number 3 from here, but I know that's the second exit. So no matter what, on the divider I'm gonna check my mirrors, and on the divider I'm gonna boom signal, and I'll find the way following the curb. And I've entered the car park. So here I'm gonna do a quick reverse bay parking. Let's go right. There's a bird on the road. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a reverse bay parking on the left side, bang on next to the curb, and loads of my pupils would just swing it in now like this. Bro, we can't see on the right side. What if there was someone on the right side? So that is something to worry about. So I'm gonna check around. I'm gonna go somewhere else to do it again. I always recommend my people, when they do a reverse bay parking, just stop here so we don't forget the checks. But it's alright, if you don't want to stop, you're still fine. Let me show you again. So let's say I have moved here, I'm gonna check around, and then I'm gonna move my car. No, not missing checks or at any cost. Okay, reverse. I'm gonna do something before moving off. I'm gonna check once more because the situation could have been changed. And I'm just I'm focusing more on the left mirrors because, okay, I can see the line coming up in the right, and I'm using only clutch. I'm not using any kind of brakes because I'm keeping a bit too slow. I'm checking my blind spot again. The rear window, we don't need to worry about checking like this because there's literally a top mirrors for that. And I'm making the car straight. I'm about to make the vertical line behind me disappear from the mirrors, and boom, I'm gonna stop the car. Handbrake on, neutral, engine off. I'm gonna double check even though I can see it. Okay, just a perfect maneuver. It's my favorite maneuver, by the way. Okay, so from here, from this car park, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go towards country roads from here. So I'm gonna do some country roads, which I would find around Alwoodley side, and then I would move towards Cookridge, and from Cookridge all the way back towards Horsforth. So it's a two-way car park, and all of the exits would lead me towards the roundabout, and that's the main thing. Like literally on the roundabout, literally on the exit of the car park, we got a whole roundabout coming up. So I'm going all the way back over there. So it would be exit number 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm taking the exit number 4 back over there. Okay. Again, not forgetting my checks. Signal, I'm not gonna do it because there's literally no one around me. And it's a car park without a speed limit, so I would keep myself around below 10 miles per hour. Okay, here I would say I would signal because it's a junction. I know there's no one, but still, I'm just double checking. Okay, so we got the roundabout, and I'm turning right into exit number 4. So I'm not gonna go without a signal, I'm gonna go with the right signal. And the problem with this roundabout is that the best thing is we can see everyone coming from there. So like that car over there, so we know where they're going. The main problem is when there's so many people coming from there, that means we need a blocker to be coming from there to cross their path. But loads of blockers which come from that side, they don't enter the car park because they have to block them and not cross our path to make me go into the roundabout. So if there are loads of people coming from the right side, and we got loads of blockers as well, but if the blockers are not going in the car park, we're not gonna be able to move. So this is one of the main things that you need to worry about this roundabout. So because I'm indicating right and I'm supposed to turn right somewhere, I'm gonna take my car towards the inner side of the roundabout till I reach the exit number 3, which is the exit before the one I'm taking. So 4th exit, I think, yeah. So exit number 1, I'm keeping a bit slow because I think I might. Okay, he was a bit fast, but I kept myself a bit slow. So exit number 1, exit number 2, 3, and now I'm gonna check my left mirrors, and I'm gonna move to the left side carefully because the right would have made me go back again. So this is something that you need to worry about. So imagine when I check my top and left mirrors, if I would have seen that I wouldn't be able to make myself go to the left side, then I won't indicate, but I would just keep my right signal on and then go somewhere else. So that's why always check your mirrors well before you want to change something, especially change the lane or whatever, basically. So it's a 30 zone. I'm doing perfectly fine. I got some vehicles behind me which are keeping a good distance. Okay, I'm doing about 28 miles per hour. Now this is very easy road. Like, I don't know, like there's not much going on for me. I could be asked to pull up on the driving test around here because it's a bit tight for me. So as a learner, if I was a learner, I might get a bit nervous about here, but it's not a problem. You know what, let me do it. Let me show how we're gonna pull up. So we're pulling up just after the bus stop. So I'm gonna check my mirrors and indicate already so people know what I'm gonna do. And smoothly I'm gonna brake. And it's a very narrow road, so I'm not gonna go very, very close to the curb. I'm clutching down now, and I'm fine. And I'm gonna move again. So I'm gonna put my right signal. Okay, someone is giving me way, but I'm gonna still check my stuff before I move. Just because someone gave me way, thank you very much. Yeah, just because someone gave me way, it doesn't mean I just go, basically. I still double check everything. Gonna have some speed bumps for long distance, and I can see a 30 sign with the camera. I can see a zebra crossing coming up as well. Okay, I can see another zebra crossing as well. It's because there's a park on the left side, of course. So clear from the right, clear from the left. Junction is safe as well. I'm just keeping an eye on nothing else. Alright, and double yellow on one side, which is making life a bit easy. Oh, it's on both sides. It's making life easy. I mean, I'm not expecting loads of parked vehicles. It's getting narrow for me. It's a hazard line starting now. I'm doing about 25 miles per hour because I don't feel safe to do 30 miles per hour because I'm worried what if my car swerved over a bit to the central line, or it happens same with them. I'm keeping the mirrors. I'm keeping the count on the mirrors because I don't want to go over the line. And soon I would be turning left. Oh, a big bus coming up and he's over the line. I'm gonna check my mirrors. I'm gonna drop my speed without the brakes. I'm gonna clutch down second gear. I'm keeping the clutch down because the hill's making me slow down, and now I'm gonna brake. And oops, oh, okay, there you go. Okay, that was quite tricky, I would say. So I almost stopped the car because the bus couldn't move more away from me. Okay, that's a junction I was about to take, so mirror signal early. I can see nothing. I'm gonna edge forward if you can see. Okay, there's literally no visibility. So I'm keeping around below 10 miles per hour. I think first gear would be the best. Alright, that is pretty narrow. I need to stop for the taxi. Okay. And I'll move a bit with him so I can put my bum a bit to the left side. Okay, okay, there's another car coming. This is a very narrow road. So they should give us, and they would give us safety places on the left side in which I can pull or they can pull. You see that? He's stopping for me. I'm gonna pull it towards the left side and mirrors again. I'm gonna move back. Yeah, so in these kind of roads where only one vehicle fits properly, they give you some extra spaces on the left side. We can call them safety pockets or safety places, like those one over there. So if someone was coming from ahead, I would just stop here or swing it in and then let someone go across basically. And there's pedestrian walking in front of me. I'm keeping about 9 miles per hour and I cannot go across them now till I have that place over there because I would be too close to them. So I'm waiting for me to cross them. Okay. And do you think they're walking in a good direction? Like, do you think they should have been walking on this side or that side? Okay, I'm keeping a bit slow. Okay, yeah, there's a car coming up. Oh, he's giving me way. Thank you very much. Thank you, boss. All right. Yeah, so coming back to the pedestrians, so they were walking in a perfect direction because you always, in these kind of country roads, you should always walk facing the traffic basically. Because imagine if they were walking here, they won't know how close I am to them basically. So it's better for them to walk over this so they can see their side of the traffic coming towards. So always face the traffic when walking on these kind of roads. I'm keeping about 15. I have no... Okay, now I got visibility. But still, I got the warning for sharp bend as well. And can you see it? I'm keeping in the middle because I can see there's no one coming up. And I might beep just in case. Okay, no, it was not too bad. Yeah. Okay. Jesus, I'm gonna beep a bit. There you go. You see, that's never a best option to beep because there's airbag in the middle. So the best option would be to just on the side basically. Okay, I can see some vehicles. That means I should expect some pedestrians there as well. And I'm again keeping in the middle. I'm keeping around 20 miles per hour because I can see it better now. I got a car behind me which is keeping a good distance till now. And I can see nothing. I'm gonna smoothly warn them about my presence. And I'm gonna keep it slow because I have literally no visibility. I'm gonna clutch down just in case if someone comes so I can just... And I'm gonna leave my clutch. Okay, we got people in the middle. Okay, that's fine. And oh, you see that? Okay, they moved. I mean, I could have slowed down, but yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm just keeping slow for the cyclists as well. And I'm in the middle now. Not gonna go into not gonna go into third gear. You see, it's like a very unexpected road. Gonna edge out a bit. Okay, now I'm gonna speed up a bit and I'm gonna slow down without pressing the brake. Just gonna beep smoothly again. And I can see another bend coming up, so I'm not gonna speed up a lot. Okay, taking the first right with the mirrors and signals. Not gonna cut across the corner, gonna see for a pedestrian or anything. And boom. And I have entered a 20 zone. And I would say, depending on my visibility, I'm doing around 17-ish miles per hour. Like again, okay, this is a bit too slow. Let me do this first. And have you noticed, I can drive like just chilling like this. I can drive perfectly fine whilst laying back, but I'm just giving myself extra room. I just giving myself extra visibility. So it's always best to move here and there when you're driving in these kind of situations. Okay, I'm approaching a T junction and I'm turning left. It seems a bit too blind, so my priority would be kind of stopping because I don't want to risk it. Okay, and the visibility is clear. I'm gonna go. I saw a 30 sign. Yes, I saw a 30 sign. So I'm gonna keep around 30, but unfortunately I got a speed bump coming up now. Okay, so talking about that country road, I think it's not really the part of the driving test anymore because it's a bit too tricky as well for the learners. Even though I think it's not too tricky for the learners, because when a learner is prepared for the driving test, they're fully prepared for any kind of stuff in my mind. But it's been like, I have never had a chance like one of them people have kind of ended up there, so we never know. But it could be the part of test. Like I can't answer that basically. Okay, I'm gonna speed up slightly more, but then again a speed bump coming up. So I think there was no point for me to go into third gear. But again, I can't decide like this. I need to, like now I cannot see anything ahead, so I'm gonna keep it a bit away from the gentleman because he was bang on very close to the road. And I'm gonna do the same thing for this guy as well because he got a dog, and I'm afraid he might just, okay, yeah, just slightly more to the right and nothing else. Because the pavement provided for the pedestrian is like a bit too small. So every time you see someone walking on literally the verge, try to be slightly wide. Okay. And I'm taking the first right, and it's a junction. Mirrors done, signal done. It's a junction on a bend. That means I cannot see nothing ahead, so I'm gonna clutch down because the van is even blocking more. And I should go into first gear because I literally cannot see anything. And now I'm perfectly fine. So we got oh my god, okay, we got crossroads controlled by the traffic lights. I'm turning right, and I'm gonna use the near side to near side, not offside to offside, because my junction doesn't seem to be a bit too, like my exit doesn't seem to be at too far. So I'm gonna do the near side to near side. Just gonna prepare myself with the clutch. I mean, I'm not finding the batting point. I'm just saying that my clutch is down and brake is down. Not gonna scare it because I'm the first car, so I might have to move a bit faster. They are stopping. That means I'm gonna have the green light. I should not try to go before the Mercedes, so I'm gonna do my near side to near side position about here. Everything seems alright. Third gear. I'm checking more of the left mirrors because I want to keep my position perfect, because the road seems a bit too wide, so I want to do the normal driving position. I can slightly overtake, but not really because that car was coming from there. I'm gonna go in second gear, just okay, there you go. And traffic lights are green, so I'm gonna move a bit. Okay. Alright. Doing about 28 miles per hour. And soon I would be turning left somewhere, and that junction which I'm planning is, I cannot see anything now, but I'm keeping my top mirrors with me, and that is where the curb has been cut it off basically. So mirror signal, I'm gonna brake, only brake, go below 20 miles per hour into second gear, because now I have reached the range for the second gear. I'm gonna keep a bit more slow and bring the clutch a bit higher. And now I'm gonna let the clutch completely go so I don't coast, and now I'm entering a 20 zone. I'm gonna drive in the middle and taking the left again. I'm gonna make this with second gear because it's not too bad to do. Mirrors again, and the caravan is clear, and I'm moving off. Okay, this seems a bit more tighter to me, so I'm doing about 15-ish miles per hour, yeah? Okay, and normally I have seen the learners when they're driving through these kind of roads where you got parked vehicles on both sides, they're normally driving like this, like a bit too much on the left side. No, we have to be perfectly, if you can, like that would be best option. Leaving equal gap on both sides would be the better option. Lady coming out, just check my top mirrors in case. And at this point the only hazard, it could be of course the cars coming from ahead. Just gonna be nice and give them way, or someone opening the door, or someone just running through like the gaps between the vehicles. Okay, not forgetting the mirrors before I move. I can see a T junction coming up. I can see a hazard line, so I'm gonna start planning for myself from the hazard lines. I'm taking, let's go left. Clutch is down. Got the visible E, no need to go in first gear now. Now at the next junction, controlled by the traffic lights, I'm going right with the mirror signal. I can see the green lights, but I cannot see nothing. So I'm not gonna stop or slow down too much. Just a quick glance and that's it. I once had a fail on this junction in which my pupil, if I'm not wrong, from back in time, what did the examiner said? Yeah, so this was a junction controlled by the traffic light, a T junction with the sensor lights. So you couldn't see anything, I couldn't see anything on the left side. So if I'm going through the lights which are green and I'm kind of stopping again to check properly, that is not good because you have the green lights. Yeah, of course we need to worry about safety and stuff, but that should be done just while moving and having a quick glance and that's it. Alright, speeding up a bit more. It's a 30 zone. Okay, I'm checking my left mirrors. Oops, gone a bit, 31. Okay, and back to 29 miles per hour. Road seems clear. Traffic too much on the right side, but nothing on my side. Got a petrol station coming up. Need to expect something to go wrong, so just checking mirrors in case. Okay, I can see a vehicle trying to pull out, so he might kind of imagine a bad way. So I need to worry about that as well. And I can see a 40 sign. So I'm gonna check mirrors and I'm gonna speed up till whatever I can. And I can see a warning of 160 yards after we got a pedestrian crossing, traffic lights, dual carriageway ahead. So I need to expect 2 lanes. So I'm already positioning myself on the left, so I emerge straight away into the left lane, into the lane number 1. I'm keeping around 37-ish miles per hour. Right lane seems clear, so if I have a planning to go somewhere right, I think it should not be very difficult for me. Gentleman with the bag. Oops, I'm gonna check my mirrors. I'm gonna slow down or probably indicate and moving over, and I'm gonna move back again. Okay, so got a roundabout coming up. I'm turning right into third exit, and I got a van behind me, so I think I should plan a bit early. So I'm gonna signal, but I'm not gonna move straight away so everyone can see my signal. And I'm smoothly moving with the intention to turn right, which takes me to Bradford. So I'm gonna keep my signal on. Got 3 lanes, but I don't need to worry. I'm on the completely inner side of the completely right lane. I mean, second gear. Roundabout seems very clear because it's a very big roundabout, so I got more visibility. Hence, it's gonna be easy. No one there, no one inside. So I'm gonna go staying in my inner side of the roundabout. Before second exit, I'm gonna check my mirrors, indicate left. If it's safe, I'm gonna move to the left lane. And if it was not safe, I would still indicate, but this time I will just go towards the right lane. And I'm speeding up a bit more. I'm about 38 miles per hour. That means I won't be able to overtake this green guy in front of me because I need about 15 miles extra than him. So that would take me more than 40 miles per hour. Everyone's braking, hence I'm braking as well. Into second gear, gonna keep my clutch a few seconds more till he starts moving, and about now I'm gonna move without the clutch, and that's a nice car. Alright, the lights have been green for a long time. Checking my mirrors, luckily there's no one, so if they change now, I'm gonna brake. If now they change, nothing can happen. Okay, he's coming back. I'm gonna give him a bit of room just in case. Make sure should not be a competitive driving, I would say. Okay, he's braking a bit too much as well. I think he's trying to keep the gap from a vehicle in front of him. And I can see a warning sign on the left side telling me the 2 lanes gonna go into 1. So that means the dual carriageway might be finishing soon. And they all are braking and I'm braking as well. I'm checking there's no one who can cut me off at the last second. I can see a bit of a long queue, the red car from the petrol station. And he's braking and I'm braking as well because I'm trying to keep 2 seconds. And soon I would need 4 seconds because it's starting to rain a bit as well. Okay, I think the best option for me is to go in second gear. I'm not leaving my clutch. Let me make the BMW go slightly further ahead from me, and I'm gonna leave my clutch now. Third gear, not really. I would say let me roll it on its own. Like there's literally no point. They're all about. Okay, I'm gonna speed up slightly more. I think I got a bit too slow. Okay, that's not a problem for me to go into third gear. It's fine. I'm gonna make it go with the second gear. Okay, they're not still moving, so I'm gonna brake. I'm gonna brake a bit more, and a bit more brake, and clutch down. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a bit busy, but I'm not being impatient. We need to keep the safe distance. Again, I'm gonna check my top and right mirrors just in case, because the lane seems to be finishing soon. And of course, the last roundabout of the day before the test center. Third gear is fine for me, I would say. Yeah, my car is revving a bit, and I should go into fourth, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna plan for the roundabout itself. So third exit right. I'm gonna check mirrors, put the signal, and turn off the signal. Just gonna position a bit to the central line so people know I'm gonna turn right soon. The left lane goes left and straight, the right only goes right, so I should not expect to do anything else rather than just turning right now. So mirror signals again, no one coming from the petrol station. Got a keep clear sign, but I got the room to go. I'm going into second gear. I'm keeping my clutch down because the roundabout is not too far from me. I'm gonna make a decision and then I'm gonna leave the clutch. People coming without a signal, that means they should come towards me, hence I cannot go. Second car is coming without signal, he's coming towards me. Third car without signal. Fourth van, the van is coming with the and I am going. Okay, zebra crossings is fine. Everything seems alright. I'm in a third gear doing about 24 miles per hour. I can see a bit too much traffic. I'm gonna brake and I'm gonna go into second gear. Okay, seems alright. Oh, long queue. And I'm gonna go down towards the test center where I started the test from. So I'm gonna mirror signal in few seconds now, I would say. Okay, then yeah, about now I would say. Alright, I'm gonna keep it very slow because it's literally no visibility out, and going down very slowly, very slowly. Okay, gonna do a reverse with parking on the right. So that's the test center again. So that was all for today. So hope this video helps you with your driving test.